Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of Low Income Dreams. I'm your host Nadia.
And I'm the co-host, Sean. Just the husband that sits here. Occasionally I chime in.
Today's episode is all about all the jobs that we've ever worked because we made a list, found out that we've worked hella jobs.
A lot. Yes, we did.
Both of us have worked over 20 jobs.
Each.
Since we were...
able to work. I don't know.
I don't know either. I totally blanked. I was going to say, I was 15 and then my nose made like a weird sound and I was like, what the hell is that? I just had a brain fart.
Your nose makes sounds?
I guess so. All right, so let's start.
How does your nose make a sound? What kind of sound was it?
It was like...
Sound like an animal.
I know. That's why I was stuck. I was like, what is that?
Oh my God. That's so funny.
All right, well, since you're older than me, you have
what is that supposed
a
to mean?
lot more work experience, obviously, like 10 years. But so we'll start with you, like...
Just only been 2.
What,
2 years.
What company was it, like IBM or something? Was your first job?
Someone got jokes over here.
Sean's only 2 years older than me. I'm sorry.
You know IBM is still around, right?
I don't even know what that is. So I know they're huge.
Well, my work experience started when I was a child.
When he was just a little boy. I feel like we're talking about it. I'm sorry. It's like a classic tale. We should totally have a narrator.
We should, huh?
When Sean was a little boy. Go on.
I used to work in my grandfather's motel.
He would sweep the sidewalks, working so hard.
What kind of accent is that?
At the motel.
Actually, you're right. I did sweep. I was sweeping cigarette butts.
I got ahead of myself. Sorry. I know this story. That's like saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because we're married.
Yeah.
And
we've been together for almost a decade too.
Almost a decade. Not quite yet.
He would sweep the sidewalks of the cigarette butts. Littered, strewn about on the godforsaken streets of the motel.
Of Sacramento.
I would just like you to clarify for a second what kind of motel your grandfather owned. Because I think it's so interesting. First off, his grandfather came from Fiji Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he came to America and he decided it would be a great idea to open a...
Well, actually, it wasn't his idea.
Okay, well, clarify the story then.
All right, so he came from the islands and he wanted to pretty much bring his family, and so he worked in the janitorial service, working at hospitals and whatnot, and then he was trying to teach his children how to invest. And my uncle, my dad's youngest brother, wanted to run a motel, and so my grandfather invested, gave him a motel. And then my uncle wasn't capable of running it, so my grandfather took over it. And that's how he ended up working for the motel. The motel that Nadia is talking about is an hourly motel. And for those of you that don't know what an hourly motel is, that's where you don't pay for the night. You pay per hour because you're basically just taking prostitutes or doing drugs. That's literally what it is. And it's in Old Sacramento, so if you guys are familiar with our great nation's capital, it's not the greatest place to be. And so yeah, I technically wasn't allowed to be there because I was underage.
But there you were.
But there I was,
sweeping the cigarette butts off of those dirty streets. I don't know what this accent is, but it's fun.
But I used to get paid though. I used to get paid $40. And my dad complained because apparently I was making more money than he was making.
That's more money I make than in an hour.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, that's true. And it went from 40 to 20 to 10, and that's when I learned that the real world sucks, because you could get a pay cut anytime, anytime. And then he demanded more work out of me with this low pay, and that's when I started protesting. I was like, nope, I'm not working as hourly motel no more.
You must have seen some shit over there.
Yeah, I seen some wild stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. A lot of needles, a lot of okay.
That took a dark turn.
It did. It did. If you want to learn more about my experience at the adult motel, please come to a comedy show.
So that was your first like job as a kid, and then what was your first like legit paycheck job?
Well, my first paycheck job, it was my dad's child support money.
So you just had to be a child, which you still are.
Every month, he used to give me a check.
Where's those checks now? You're still a child.
Well, the courts doesn't allow it no more. No, so Great America theme park. That was my first legit job. 15 and a half years old. Got a worker's permit from my school to work.
He worked at the amusement park. I'm just going to be doing this randomly. It's so much fun.
Actually, this would be perfect for the story I'm about to tell.
He was controlling.
No, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Oh, I keep jumping ahead.
Don't ruin it.
Okay, no more narrations.
So, the ride that I was in charge of at the time, it happened to be after 9/11, and they put me in Kidsville, and this face of yours, mine, that you're seeing, was controlling a red airplane ride that used to go in circles, just beautiful, wonderful circles. And every time I controlled the ride, I had no kids in my line.
He was a lonely man.
Actually, I was.
He thought he was controlling the ride, but the ride was controlling him. And he was lonely.
It was lonely. You know how many times I cleaned and wiped down that airplane because I had no one, and they told us to stay busy all the time. But it was fun. It was good times. And then I used to do like bumper cars. I used to do the merry-go-round.
You said I used to do bumper. I thought you were going to say like bumps. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, no, not
what is
do
this?
Drugs.
What was going on in Great America?
A lot of
He was so lonely that he turned to the dark side.
It was fun working at Great America because they didn't give a shit. Like we were supposed to say a spiel before every ride starts, and we used to be like, keep running, okay, enjoy the ride. And then that was it. Long as you said the spiel, if something happens, you can't get sued. It was fun. It was really fun.
Cool.
What was your first check?
Well, first check was from Spirit Halloween Superstore. But first job, I guess, was helping out at my parents' pizza shop. We were living in Las Vegas at the time. They owned a pizza place called Roscoe's Pizzas and Subs.
And brothels.
And
what?
No. Is this thing still recording? It just like blinked and then...
Oh, yeah. It tripped out. See? It's tripping out for some
That's
reason.
weird. Did you give me the shitty camera?
No.
You gave me the shitty camera.
I should have.
You don't want me to tell stories about my life. Why are you censoring me? The accent just got all messed up right now.
It's like a Middle Eastern accent with a gypsy accent with we don't know what else.
With the Nadia.
With the Nadia. Yeah, a little bit Russian actually. Yeah, you're right.
So it was what did I say? So I worked at Spirit, but before that my parents owned a pizza shop in Vegas called Roscoe's Pizzas and Subs.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know if I helped a lot because I don't remember like doing much there besides just sitting there and drawing after school.
That's just usual for you.
Yeah,
though.
so I think that was like maybe my first job. And then I was a telemarketer for 2 weeks, didn't get paid, so I left because it was all commission based and it was really hard. And then I went to Spirit and I worked there, and that was my first paycheck, and that was a fun job. But then I ended up leaving because I had a hunch that my manager was like a little weird. And so I left, and then 2 weeks later, he was arrested for molesting a customer. So that was cool. I mean, not the molesting part, but that being my first job. I should clarify that. Spirit it was a cool job. But
We're
then
so gonna get
that
protested.
uncool shit happened.
We're so gonna get protested.
And, yeah. So
So that was cool.
that the molestation was not cool. Let me clarify that. He went to jail. I don't know his whereabouts now.
That's good.
Yeah, so.
That's a good thing you left though. Your spidey senses
yeah.
kicked in. You felt a dangerous situation.
Well, I told
and
you about
avoided
it. We were dating.
Yeah.
And I told you about it. I told my parents about it. My parents were like, just leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said just leave, and I was asking if we're gonna get a better discount, which you end up leaving.
Moving on. What was your job after Great America?
After Great America, beautiful, the Great America. I went to Michael's Arts and Craft, which I was an intern.
What?
I was not an intern. I was a seasonal employee.
Okay, I was like, wait a minute.
It's basically
How
an
do you
internship.
intern at Michael's? They're like, you can work here, but we're not gonna pay you.
Michael's Arts and Craft. That was fun. It used to smell like pumpkin spice all the time. And I found out how much they really get candles for, like literally pennies. And that was interesting to learn about markup and all that. Mm. And then from Michael's, I went to World Market, where they didn't have safety limits at all. Almost died multiple times, which was fun. And then Radio Shack. From Radio Shack, I went to Circuit City, which both of those are no longer around. So I'm really dating myself right now. Circuit City Warehouse, actually. That was what it was. And then I went from the warehouse. I got into car sales, did a Ford, and then jumped to Cadillac. And then got fired from all those jobs, and then became a debt collector while I was in debt.
Which is pretty ironic. Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun calling people, acting like, because you'll call them usually, and they'll be like, oh, so-and-so doesn't live here. Mm-hmm. And you have all their information, so obviously there's some truth to the information that we receive. So you'll have to like play like as if you're someone else. Like, hey, is so-and-so available? Because we noticed that his car, you could trade it in for good value. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, let me give it to so-and-so. And they'll give it to so-and-so, and you'll be like, bam, got you. Need your money. Or else you're really going to lose that car. So it was fun. It was fun playing, like, you know, like a character, like on the phone, you know? Like, and then, like, sometimes we act like we're Nigerian. We're trying to get money from them. No, it's fun when you do that.
I just got a fax the other day at my job. So right now I work as a cashier.
Fax?
Yeah, I work as a cashier at a landscaping company, and we just got a fax from like, oh, where was it from? It was someplace like in the Middle East, and the guy was like, I'm sick and dying, and if you write me a check for this much money, I'll give you this much millions in cash.
Wow.
Yeah, me and my coworker were looking at it like, this is a scam, right? Yeah, shred it.
Fax though? Wow,
yeah, it was through a fax.
You still have a fax machine?
Yeah, we have a fax machine.
You even know how to use it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm very proud of you.
I was around during the era before we even had internet. Yeah.
No.
I grew up not having a cell phone until I was 11, and then not having. We had dial-up with the doo-doo.
We still have dial-up.
You got mail. So that's what you did, and then
Great transition, babe.
Well, we were bouncing off of each other, and then you're like, I've done this. And I was like, oh, where are we going with this?
I just want to get to the juicy stuff.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just go through my list.
I didn't go through the whole thing, but just like half.
Yeah. I went to Sears after Spirit. Sears.
Which is also about to go out of business.
It is closing down, yeah, slowly. Went to, this is not an order, I don't know, but I worked at Macy's for a day in the shoe department, and those women were aggressive, so I left.
For a day, meaning just like an 8-hour shift?
I decided I was going to quit during my lunch break, and then one of the ladies heard me saying that to a friend on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'm going to quit, you know, after this day's over, and she ran upstairs, and I ran upstairs, and I was like, yo, I quit, and then she was like, I was just about to tell them.
What a snitch.
So I left. And then I worked at Fuddruckers for 2 days, the one in Union City, across the street from the movie theater. I worked there for 2 days.
Wait. So in a time span of 3 days, you worked 2 jobs?
No, I just said this is not an order.
Oh, okay. I'm
don't
just
remember.
I'm just saying.
I don't remember the order. I just remember the jobs. But those were the two shortest jobs I had, I guess, was
Wow.
1 day at the Macy's shoe department, 2 days at Fred Rutgers. I couldn't stand it. They just argued all the time. Everybody there. And then,
Well, it's photo workers. What are you?
yeah, I guess. But it's food, bro. I was like, just give them their food. I was like, why is this so dramatic? Worked at Hooters. That was interesting. They're no longer around in Fremont. I worked at that one.
Oh, you worked at the Fremont one.
Yeah. And that was interesting because I didn't go in to apply. I went with my cousin who was applying, and she had all the makings to be a Hooters girl.
An owl.
Yeah. And then me and the manager started talking about Pantera, and then we were talking about the song Respect. And then he was like, do you want a job? And I was like, sure. I was like, but I've never worked in I've never been a waitress. So he's like, we'll make you a hostess, and you just have to seat people. And I was like, cool.
Did
So
your cousin get the job?
No. No, she didn't.
So here's my follow-up
Which
question.
I think she would have been great for.
Here's my follow-up question, though. Why were you in her interview? Did you guys like stepbrother it? Like you was in the background. You're like Pam.
Exactly.
Pam. No, I think it's Pam. I think it's Pan.
Yeah, exactly. I just went. We were just kicking it that day, and then I was like, I'll go with you. And then the manager was like, Pantera, and I was like, yeah. And then he's like,
Jeez.
you should work it. I was like, all right.
You got to hula hoop and all that jazz.
We had hula hoops there. I think I used them like a couple times. Most of the time, I would just sit there and read. Yeah, it was just
There's nothing new about that.
no. Yeah, I do that on all my jobs.
You have a very consistent like track
Read.
record with your jobs. You
Yeah.
either drawing or you're reading
Yeah,
or you're quitting at lunch.
I'm quitting. Worked at Citibank, quit that job because I got in an argument with the manager. You remember that. I got in an argument with the manager the next day. I went in with my 2-week notice, and they were like, I guess he didn't want me around. So he was like, yo, we'll just pay you to leave. We'll pay you for 2 weeks, but you don't have to show up. And I was like, all right, cool.
That's awesome.
Went to Chase Bank. That was fun. And then left Chase, and I was a janitor for banks for a while before I even worked for a bank.
Inside job.
And then after Chase, I think that's when I went into daycare, and that was like the longest I ever worked anywhere, 4 years.
Nice.
And that's the job that I loved the most, was working with my kids. Yeah. What's the job that you loved the most?
Let's see here. What else do I have left? Because
Oh yeah, what's left on your
let's
list?
see.
I guess?
From debt collector, business to business. So basically soliciting myself.
You sold the most random items like makeup and Disney books.
Oh, dude, it was so fun because it was just like like how you said, random stuff. Like we had these little spears, whatever,
Spheres.
that just glowed different colors, and I used to just like turn them on while I'm like doing my pitch. I'll just start like doing this with it, and they'll be like hypnotized, and they'll be like, "Let me get 4 of those." I'm like, "Yes, you want more?" Yeah.
Remember Jafar with like his snake stuff?
Basically. Yeah, I sold up, man, water fountains,
buy the
books, spears, umbrellas. The makeup was I was going to say champagne, a campaign that we did at, what's like the Walmart version of Costco?
Sam's Club?
Sam's Club, yeah. We did that there. And then I did Home Depot, which was like refacing your cabinets or bathtub. So it was like all these like little random things.
It's really boring.
It was fun. It was so fun. It was so fun because I think that what I would say really opened me up from being a shy person to like getting a sense of humor, because
You better have a sense of humor. You're refacing cabinets.
well, not even that. Like when I used to go business to business to sell stuff, I used to walk into the business and be like, "Hey, did you see the promotion that we're doing?" And people would be like, "Did you not see the no soliciting sign?" And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, sir. I dropped out of high school. I don't even know how to read, and I'm just out here just trying to make a living." And then they'll feel like shit, and then they'll buy something. I'll walk out. I'm like, "Got him." Yeah, it was so cool.
So you're a con artist.
No, not at all. Not at all. And it was so we used to sell like things for like $20. So what we used to say is like, "Hey, we're doing a promotion in the area. Like check out this pillow." You'll hand it to them, right? And then just like how you did, you grabbed it, right? Because now it's in your possession. And then I'll be like, in the store they sell that for $20, but you know what? Today you get a second one for $20, so 2 for $20. And they'll be like, "Well, it's $10." I'm like, 2 for $20. And then, Yeah, so it was fun.
Oh my gosh.
So then business to business. I was a scheduler for a moving truck company. And then this is actually one of my funnest jobs, was working at Chicago Express with yours truly, Nadia over here. Her parents owned another sub and pizza. No, it wasn't pizza. Well, it was pizza day.
Pizza and sandwiches.
Yeah, pizza and sandwiches. And Nadia was my manager. And she used to yell at me all the time because I was putting so much love in sandwiches. And our customers were really happy about that. And even though I took my time doing it, she didn't appreciate that because time is money. And apparently I was making too much time.
You were really slow. You were just a slow worker.
I wasn't slow. What it was
annoying. So I would just do it myself.
All right, so this is the story. The story is Nadia was at the cash register and she was taking orders. And every time she took orders, she'll shout back at me because I was on the line because I wasn't allowed to be a cash register at the cash register for whatever reason. And so one time a couple came in and they were like, can we get a number 2 meatball sub? And she turned around and she was like, a number 2 meatball sub? Well, I didn't hear, so I was like, what? And then she was like, a number 2 meatball sub. And I was like, oh, shit. And so then I had the bun and like I was putting the sauce in there. I was putting the meatballs in there. And then she was like, move, you're too slow. And then she like threw me to the side and she like did it hella fast, threw it in, warmed it up and all that. And then she was like, go and wash the dishes. You're worthless. And I was like, oh my God. And then we got married.
It was not like that.
You was very, like, you got possessed.
No, you were just really slow.
No, you got possessed. That's what happened.
You would like question, which cheese do I put in the sandwich? I don't know. This is fun. Meatballs. I don't know what you were doing over there.
Dude, I was having so much fun.
You were so slow.
And then I went from getting kicked off the line to making like stuff on the stove, like the Philly cheesesteaks, but I put like the cheese in the pan and then all the vegetables and what, and I was supposed to flip it, and I flipped
You were
it.
just making a mess.
And it went everywhere, and I got kicked off of that. And then
Slow
guess what?
and messy.
Guess what, though? Guess what, guys? I succeeded. I won because after that, I went to fries duty. And let me tell you, that was fun because all you do is just stand there and you just do this once in a while. And I got paid. Thank you. And thank you to Nadia's parents for giving me a job where I could just chill. I ate so much fries. I used to eat so much fries. So much fries.
It was good food.
It was delicious.
I miss that food.
And then from Chicago, I worked at Ohlone College doing some video work there because I was studying video. And then while I was attending college, I worked 3 jobs, which was the Disney store, the Oakland Raiders, and Staples. And that was really fun because with the Disney store, we went to Disneyland so many times.
We did. We used the shit out of those benefits.
We did. And then being with the Raiders, it was a team that I'm a fan of. And to finally get a paycheck with their logo on it, phenomenal. That was awesome. And then working at Staples, the most fun because I dicked around so much and never got in trouble.
We have pictures for evidence, too.
We'll try to find
it. Yeah.
But that's where I probably met my a good amount of my friends was at college and at Staples. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was fun.
I actually met my friends at Pete's Coffee.
Yeah.
And one of them became my man of honor at my wedding and at our wedding. And
oh no, it was her wedding. I was just there.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I showed up on time.
And then let's see, that was at Pete's. Worked at Starbucks also. Hated it. What else? It was Instacart. I was a professional model for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. You was a professional elbow model or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just put lotion
Sexy
on like
elbows.
This. Just put your lotion on.
Yeah.
It was
and then we owned a Jar of Dirt Studios.
Mm-hmm.
I was the photographer. You were the videographer.
Yeah.
And then
that's where she was my boss actually.
Nope, I was.
Every
not.
time
we were equal partners.
Every time we took a business trip, she made me fill out vacation forms.
Oh my God, no, I didn't. He would download vacation forms and print them and fill them out and then put them in a folder and give it to me. And I was like, what the hell is this? And then I'd open it and he'd be like, can I get a vacation? I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like I need these specific
It was a
days
waste
off
of
so we can go to
paper.
Disneyland.
We were going to Disneyland together.
Oh, I didn't know it was together now. I just had to make sure I got the time off. So that way you wouldn't turn around and be like, how come this didn't get done?
You see
You
that?
know?
You see?
I need a track record.
You put me in that position.
No, I didn't.
You gave me that power over you.
I didn't give you the
Yeah,
power.
you did. You
Nope.
gave me that power.
And you know what's crazy? She still has that power.
Worked for a courier service.
What?
A courier service.
Oh, all right.
That was boring. And then worked for the Sun Gallery. Love that job. I still work for them time to time. I
Yeah.
taught summer camp there. I taught free art Saturday classes. They have free art Saturday every second and fourth Saturday of the month. Did I already do our sponsorship?
Nope, you're about to do it right now, actually.
Oh! Our sponsors of today's episode is the Sun Gallery in Hayward, located at 1015 East Street. They are a nonprofit gallery, and right now they have the Children's Book Illustrator Show happening until March. So if you get a chance, head down there, visit thesungallery.org for more information, and go to their free Art Saturday classes every second and fourth Saturday of the month. They offer these free classes. You get to go, and somebody will teach you an art project. And is this camera acting up again?
No.
Oh.
It's just recording.
Okay, cool. And that is our sponsor for today. It's Sun Gallery.
The Sun Gallery.
Yeah.
So Nadia's artwork is actually there on display.
It is. It's
You
for
could-
sale too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Original illustrations in the books. All my books are there.
All of your books are there.
All 3 of them.
Yep. I have some art there too. I'm just fine. I have no art.
No, he does.
I don't know how to really do art. I wish I knew. You know? Because then we could
You've
have
done
like,
one good piece.
one good piece out of like
Yeah.
the 30 shitty ones that I've done in my life. But you know, it happens. As an artist, you know, you can't be picky.
You're a
You
great
know,
comedian.
You just have to let the art flow out of you.
Did you go through your illustrating?
What?
Is that all of yours?
Oh,
I think I've done all mine, except for like author and artist. That's what I am now.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. So after Staples, I did production for a company out of San Jose where we did kickboxing, Glory Kickboxing for Spike TV. That's 3B Productions. Then our company was right after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked at a dispensary. Yes, I did. And then I went to Best Buy.
Mm-hmm.
Then Lyft, Instacart, doing grocery deliveries, and then stand-up comedy, which is currently my longest career, I guess.
Yeah, you're going on to 3 years.
Going on 3 years.
Yeah.
But it's been fun. So that's, 20 plus jobs that helped me get to where I'm at now. And how would you say that your 20 plus jobs have gotten you or helped you to get to where you're at now?
I mean, like each one taught me something, I guess. So, I love to eat, so that's where the pizza place came in, and I learned a lot about banking through the bank, so that's where our finances, come in. And but as far as art and books,
Actually, now that you mention all that, that's all true facts right there.
no, it is, yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm looking through the
Because
list.
you
And,
make
like,
pizza at the house
I
occasionally.
make coffee at home.
What?
Pete's Coffee. in
Oh,
Starbucks.
Pete's coffee. I was like,
Talking to myself here.
sorry. It's like,
Talking to myself.
what? That's crazy. All right, so wait. So yeah, you do. So you worked at Pete's and Starbucks, and then you do make coffee here at the house. Then you doodled as a kid, and you still doodle till this day. And your artwork
It
is
sounds
all
like
around.
like duty.
You do that too. And then what else did you do? Oh, working with kids that helped out with your children's books. So yeah,
Yeah.
literally everything. The banking, the financing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and then working at Chicago Express and yelling at me all the time.
Prepared me for marriage.
Prepared you for
Marrying you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going that direction, but
What were you gonna say?
nothing.
Because I still have to yell at you to do stuff,
Preparing to be a punk.
and you're so slow.
Just a little bit. I got a little faster.
Sure. And then with you, B2B, I think helped you with comedy a lot. Well,
Yeah.
just being just who you are now. You're an extrovert.
What does that mean?
You're not quiet.
Oh,
You're hella loud.
yeah. Loud and slow.
Loud and faster.
Actually, speaking about being loud, when I used to work at Staples, I used to yell a lot at work just for fun. So one of my buddies, Aaron, who's a DJ here in the Bay Area, he taught me this thing. Being Mexican, not I mean I'm an honorary Mexican, but he's Mexican, and he said that whenever they protest, they always chant the same thing, which is "Si se puede." And at Staples, every time my manager,
That means yes, we can.
every time my manager used to tell me to go do something, I didn't want to do it. I used to start shouting "Si se puede," like loud, like where my other friends that used to work with me could hear me across the whole.
You did a lot of weird stuff there. You made stories up about your coworkers.
Yeah, I did. I used to make up stories like my buddy Carlos. He used to hate working at Starbucks. He used to hate working at Staples, and he was going to school to be an engineer, which he is now, which is awesome. But he used to just hate being there because he always felt like Staples was taking away time from his studies, right? We still had to pay the bills, right? Just like all of us. And so people used to come in all the time and be like, "Hey, do you know where I could find like like this paper?" And I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm actually fairly new here, even though I was actually there for a year. But I know the perfect person who's the expert here at Staples. Let me introduce you to Carlos. Carlos, he's been here for 10 plus years. And they're like, "Oh my God, you're an expert." And like, he used to get mad at me. And then I used to switch it up all the time.
Because he hadn't been there for 10 years. He had only
Yeah.
been there for how many years?
I don't know, like maybe like 2 or 3 years. and and then like another customer would be like, "Oh, do you know where I could find this pen?" I'm like, "You know what? I don't know where I could find that pen, but I know who does. Our expert Carlos. He's been here for 45 years."
He's only 25 years old.
And they were like, "What?" And then they used to look at me like, "Man, you look good for your age. Like, this is amazing."
He had no idea what
And he
was
said,
going
"Hey,"
on.
and then I was trying to see how far I could push it. And this lady comes in, little old sweet lady, and she was looking for like a hole puncher. And I was like, "You know what, man?" I was like, "I'm fairly new here. I don't know where I could find that, but I do know who knows. His name is Carlos. He's been here for 87 years." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, he's one of the founders." And he used to get pissed, but it was so fun, so fun. And then our
You're a bully.
one of my one of my other homeboys, Angelo, he was so cool, man, because every time our manager used to tell us to do something, he would just disappear. And I found his hiding spot. And what it was he used to be exhausted all the time, and we used to do the morning shift. And if you look down the printer aisle, you used to have the printers on the shelf, and underneath the shelf, you'll have the box of the new product, right? And if you look down the aisle, it'll be like flush, like all the printers will be all like lined up perfectly together, until you'll see like 5 of them popping out. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" So I walked all the way down, and I went to go push one in, and all I hear is like, "Ah!" And I was like, "What the hell?" And I looked, and Angela's just laying behind of it, and he was like, "Dude, I was sleeping," right? And I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Close the box, man." And I was like, "Oh my God." But it was so fun. And he used to do all these impersonations of like my favorite comedians. He was actually the first person other than you that I used to tell that I want to do stand-up comedy. And then he used to be like, "Oh, dude, do it." And then his uncle is a professional stand-up comedian too, Rex.
Yeah, who we saw at Cobb's Comedy Club. Oh my
Super
God,
cool,
I had
dude.
not laughed that hard in so long.
he was funny.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. Good times. Good times. But all those did help me become a stand-up comedian, because I tell inappropriate jokes on stage, which I used to do at my job places and get in trouble.
Yeah.
Now I can't get in trouble. I get paid.
So just to end this on a nice, like, clean note, I want to go through our list so that we can count off how many jobs that we've had.
Oh, geez.
And just list them all in case we missed anything. I'll start off.
Yeah.
So telemarketing, pizza shop in Vegas, pizza shop in Livermore. No, that doesn't count as one. I'm going to count that as one.
No, wait, what?
The 2 pizza shops, the one
No,
in
that
Vegas
does,
and Livermore.
you guys relocate. That's 2 different.
No, but then I don't even know if I worked at the one in Vegas. Remember I told you. So we're going to count that as one.
because that was
So telemarketing, pizza shop, Spirit, Sears, Macy's. I need my other hand. Fuddruckers, Hooters, Citibank, Chase Bank, Adventure Time, Apollo. Where am I at? 11. Instacart, janitor, cashier, at where I am right now. Courier service, Sun Gallery, Costco, A Jar of Dirt Studios, professional model, Starbucks. Where am I at? 10, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, yeah, it's 20.
Okay. Pete's Coffee, and now an author and an artist. That is 5, 10, 15, 20,
Yeah,
23
23.
jobs? 23.
23, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
We're tied?
I guess so. I thought you might have one more
I
ahead
thought
of me.
I did too. Maybe I counted.
I don't know. But I did 23 jobs. That's Michael Jordan's number, actually. So I'm on the track to be famous.
Wow, we're both tied because that's. I thought it was more, but maybe I might have counted something twice. Maybe I
Yeah.
counted the pizza shops twice.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Probably. But yeah, 23.
I like how I went through my whole list and named it, and then you were just like, I'm just going to count because it's
Yeah.
taking too long.
I just want to save them some time. I mean, they heard all these stories and stuff. So yeah.
That's true.
But anyways, I think the summary of today's episode is basically two things. One, if you're not happy where you're at, just leave and be like us. And two, following your dreams, because apparently if you look back at your life, you could see that there's a consistent pattern there that is basically your happiness, right? In a way.
Yeah, I think
know
it was
if
just
I
seeing
summed that
what
up
resurfaces. Like for you, it was you were always joking, and you love talking to people, and what you're doing now is you're a comedian. You're networking a lot, and then for me, it was like I was always drawing, I was reading, I was writing at jobs.
And apparently you were arguing with a lot of people.
Not a lot.
Me, customers, managers.
I never said customers. I didn't really
At
argue.
Costco, you told me that you used to throw hot dogs at
We
people.
didn't argue with them because they didn't care. They were just
Oh.
like, I want my hot dog. And we were like,
That's true. You threw it like a football. Good to know.
exactly. Just hot dogs to the face.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I think we did the right thing. We kind of just followed our heart and it led us to where we are today. And I would just recommend the same thing if you're not happy. I understand that people have responsibilities. You guys have kids, people that you're taking care of, people that you have to worry about. But if you're miserable at a job, you kind of got to think to yourself, is it really worth staying here, or
That's
should
exactly
I
what I thought.
take the
when
chance?
You were my manager. I was like, do I really need to take this verbal abuse? And then now I take that verbal abuse daily. So I think it was worth it, guys. I think it was worth it.
I am so good to you. Shut up.
You guys saw that, right? You guys saw that? Now it's getting physical. It went from verbal to physical real quick. No, it was good. Well, that's good. The reason why we want to do this was to show you guys that following your dreams, at times it could be a long path, and you have to go through a lot to make a living while you're following your dreams, and that's what we're doing.
But
so,
you can learn something from each different job that you work, and
Yeah.
it might just lead you to where you want to be eventually.
Oh, you know what? I forgot one job. Holy shit. I was a stripper.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Low Income Dreams. We will see you guys next
Don't
time. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media
Yep.
platforms. If you would like to support my husband's stripping career, you can donate on Patreon.
Yep.
And tune in next time.
Support.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. Tune in next time and follow us on all that jazz. Even though she just said
You're
that.
just going to repeat exactly what I just said.
I wanted to get the last
This
word
is
in.
why I yelled. This is why I yelled.
All right, good night, guys. Peace. Before she abuses me on camera. Thank you.
Thanks.
Help.